Hi guys, it's Frank from Tiny Plastic Spaceman here to bring you, well, it is actually an unboxing, but it's also kind of a first look sort of thing. Recently, Kromlech, makers of some really nice high quality resin models and various modeling supplies, they had a little Facebook competition for their, and the winner would get their new heavy duty knife blade, or knife handle, I suppose, and I happened to win it, amazingly. So I got very quickly I got a message from Masij, I think is how his name is pronounced, at Kromlech, just to say, well, okay, well, we're going to send you your thing, and I got it just a few days later. So I actually got it yesterday at the time of recording. So yeah, so this is it here, all the way from pretty sure from Poland, yeah, Warsaw. So I'm going to use one of my existing, these are x-acto knives, knife handles, but I'll not actually fitted with an x-acto blade, you'll notice, if you're a hobby geek. So I'm just going to use these. This is, I'm just trying to find the edges of the box. So yeah, I told Masij, well, you know, is it okay if I do a little video on it? You know, just a little first look sort of thing. And so this will be on the Kromlech Facebook page. This is not the retail packaging, by the way. I imagine it's going to be some sort of clamshell or blister pack or something like that. So yeah, these little things are not part of the that's not how you're going to get it. So it's very nice. Thank you very much, Kromlech and Masij. So there it is, and already I like it. And I'm not sure whether it was a random draw or whether it was, you know, we'll pick the nicest comment or whatever. But basically, I said, well, I prefer the thicker handles to the standard x-acto handles, which, I mean, I've had this thing for decades probably. But you can see I also have this x-acto blade or handle. It's got a nice little nub on it. It's you know, it's got a rubber outer. It's a lot easier to work with than this one. Although this one, these are good for using as tiny little rolling pins to make capes and clothing and stuff like that out of green stuff. But I have never actually done that. So this is actually kind of my preferred handle, actually. I do have a safety handle. I couldn't find it. Naturally, I couldn't find it. But that's more of a square shape, and I like a rounded shape. I mean, you know, it's a knife handle, so it's something that sits in your hand is going to be quite... It's a very personal sort of feeling, so I got to be careful with these. These are actually fresh scalpel blades as well. So anyway, this is the Kromlech Heavy Duty knife handle. Very cool. Obviously brand new. I do like the super smooth design there. So you can use it as a rolling pin if you want, and also it's perfectly round, so it just sits nicely in your hand. There's absolutely no shape to it, you know, not like this. It's not sculpted, sort of, but you know, if that's the kind of feel that you want, which is basically just a thicker version of that. You can see the length is very comparable. It doesn't, you know, that is maybe just a tiny bit too long. You know, you don't need, I need to be careful with these blades, jeez. Yeah, so you don't need it actually as long as that. So the fact that it's shorter is quite nice. It's got a nice feel there for the knurling, the machining there. Not quite as file-like as on the x-acto, but that also means it's not going to rub the tips of your fingers raw, so it's quite nice. And just give it a go, just removing the blade. It's a very thick, heavy-duty blade. I'm sure there are x-acto equivalents or scalpel equivalents that you can find, you know, generic-wise. I imagine that they will just call this their heavy-duty blade. I also got a few spare blades. So I believe this is essentially what comes in the retail pack. Obviously it's not the retail pack because it doesn't come in a cardboard box like that. But let's remove the scalpel blade from this one. So you can see that well, this is I think this is yes, this is an official x-acto one, but there are lots of blades that have a sort of a cross fitting there. So when you tighten that down, it's sort of a camming action and it tightens on the blade so it holds it in place. This, you can see there's a cross there that does the tightening. So that's pretty good. And tighten that down. And this is also a good thing because, first of all, to have a cover on something that's literally razor sharp is always a good thing. I don't remember this one actually coming with it. Of course, I got, like I said, this many years ago before, you know, health and safety went bananas. So who knows if there was actually a blade that came with this. And of course, I'm not even using the actual x-acto blades, but the scalpel blades do fit in there, and you can buy them by the 100, so that's quite handy. So yeah, that's quite good. And obviously the safety cover keeps it from rolling away, just like that little nub on this one does kind of the same thing. So I used to do a lot of drafting, so I'd have tilted up boards, and you'd have these maybe at the bottom in sort of like an L-shaped sort of place where your pencil would be. So anyway, it's quite a lot of words and time and minutes to say this is a pretty nice addition to probably anyone's tool repertoire. It's a razor sharp blade. I don't think I need to demonstrate what the cutting properties of a razor blade does, but it being a thicker handle makes it quite nice for cutting through card and cardboard, foam board. Although, you know, it's obviously I've got Stanley blades, box cutters, retractable blades, snap-off blades. I've got loads and loads of knives. But if you want something a bit sturdier than this, and you don't want to go to your carpet cutting utility knife, or you just don't have it handy like I never seem to, this looks like a very, very good option. So hopefully you found that informative. I know it's quite a long video to say it's a pretty cool heavy-duty knife handle, but hey, you know what? It's all right. So if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and a like, and if you really want, you can subscribe to us down below. Find us on Facebook, just search for Tiny Plastic Spacemen, and also on the web at tinyplasticspacemen.com. And this has been Frank with Tiny Plastic Spacemen, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.